ちは。
Welcome to the Shinobi Unfolding.
Three, two, one. Konnichiwa, mi gente, and welcome to another episode of the Shinobi Unfolding. This is your boy, Jay Aguila.
I am Black Ivory JL, the Fit Chef.
The Professor.
Sempai.
Special guest we have is Lu.
Lu Million, baby. Let's go.
And also, we have, for the first time for season 4, is the wonderful, the dazzling, the game winner, the shoot you in your face. We have Lilith.
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 Nice to meet you.
Damn. I rehearsed it 1,000 times, and I still.
You see him, he's like,
I
Must
said
have
it.
rehearsed it 1001.
Okay. I'll keep trying harder. And you guys know what this is. This is hotter than Taki. This is wetter than water. This is fresher than Febreze. This is sweeter than pumpkin pie. This is higher than a kite, lower than a can. This is something we love to talk about. We're here to talk about anime.
Anime.
Yeah, boy. And you can follow the Shinobi Unfolding on the Apple Podcast, Google Music, Spotify, podcast. You can follow us on our Facebook page, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Just bing it.
Don't bing it. Don't bing it.
Please bing it.
Don't
the
bing
Shinobi
it.
Unfolding, and you'll find us and love us, share, like, and subscribe. So, with that being said, guys, how are you guys feeling today?
feeling great.
Brand new.
Brand new.
Yeah.
I got
Refresh.
LASIK done.
Refresh.
Right, yo.
Yeah.
I'm so impressed with that right now. I'm actually really happy for Lou, yo. Like you
Our
wouldn't
highlight right now
understand.
is Lou Vision right now. Lou
Yeah, dude.
Million is like now like million times a million.
Guy, I'm just saying, like HD, like adult videos,
Blue
like
vision.
you right now. I'm just saying, like
Looking at my girlfriend, looking at her, going like, "Oh, okay." I really
that's what's up,
thought
man.
I did
That's
okay.
what's up.
Yeah, I thought I did okay, but now I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
go me.
Nice, man.
Go Lou.
You got that
Nice.
2020 vision?
I don't know what I got, bro. All I know is everything's
Too
different.
soon, man. You're too late. No one wants 2020 vision right now.
Got that 2020 vision a little late, but he got it.
All fun and games, so I lose the eye. Don't jinx me one. I'll find your ass.
2021 right there. So with that being said, guys, let's get into it real quick, right? Before we talk more with our special guest. Anime. What show you guys been into? What's been going on? Any new discovery, old discovery? What's been going on since the last episode?
This
Oh,
man
JL.
got something.
Yeah, JL got his.
You
finger
know what
up.
we want to talk about, and you know OMK, if he was here, he'd want to talk about it.
One
Yeah.
Piece.
Not JoJo's.
No.
Sorry. I just always
said
gotta do it,
Tower
man.
of
I just
Sim.
always gotta do it.
Want to
No,
pull
they
that
already
card
they
one
talked
more
about
time
it.
on me? No, I'm talking about
Aw,
God of
man.
High School, bro.
Oh, let's
Hell
go,
yeah.
baby.
Oh, okay.
Oh, did you watch that, by the way? Did you get a chance to
Yes.
watch it?
Yes.
I didn't
Didn't
get a
get-
chance to
Oh,
watch.
It's
she-
okay.
oh.
It's all right.
Oh,
There's only
you
one
have to
episode
watch
right now,
this.
so don't
Yeah,
even
it's
worry
just
about
setting
it.
it up, but the animation's pretty solid. Yeah.
I just love the little in betweens, like the backstory, how it's given to you in like 2 seconds. A little like sprite characters, real quick. It's
It
pretty cool.
does, but
New format. Yeah, it's really funny.
It's really
I
fun.
like it.
I'm gonna give it the 3 episode rule. So far, it
Oh,
hasn't come-
absolutely. It's a
It hasn't really caught my attention to be invested yet. Sure, the action seems cool and the animation seemed pretty on point, but it hasn't sold it to me.
Did you see the Crunchyroll like product placement little ad thing?
Oh,
no,
yeah.
they own that
Tunes right
shit,
in the
man.
back.
Yeah, and Webtoon's right next to it. I was like, wow, that's new. We haven't seen that before.
I didn't notice that. I
Easter
gotta
eggs.
You
go
didn't
wa-
catch
go
that?
back
And then
now.
there's
I
like
didn't
2
catch
girls. They drew it into the episode. There's no way that was in the manga. There's no way.
Oh,
No,
fact.
Yeah, but
They're
how many
trying to-
times in anime do you see that where they put the Mercedes logo on the truck and all that?
In a
jazz?
few of them.
Yeah.
It depends on the type of anime you're watching. You don't see it too much in like shonen popular ones, but those
My
specific
favorite
indie
when they
ones.
make up like it's a Claire brand, but they have to change the wording
Yeah.
for it. Like
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
McDonald's or-
McRonald's.
Yeah, I was literally thinking it's in my brain right now. I'm like McRonald's.
That's great.
Yeah.
Ronald's
McRonald's.
King Burger. Anywho,
Yo, I just want to throw out there for God of High
Yes.
School, man, because like I read the manga. I was like deep in the manga up until probably like maybe like 60, maybe 70 chapters ago, and it doesn't start the same way in the manga that it did in the show. So
is it similar to Darwin's game in a sense?
no, because like Darwin's game started about the same. You know, his friend running away like during that match and all that stuff. They both kind of like had the same situational happen, but at the end, not to spoil anything, it's only one episode, but it's not really spoiling much. But you know how he says, I heard one of the administrator guys got into a fight with one of the participants and actually got injured. You actually get to see a little bit of like Park Moro Jin. You actually get to see him fight an administrator, and you realize like, oh, this kid's pretty fucking strong, like right off the bat.
A quick question: does it go with the introduction arc, tournament, preliminary arc, and then continue through?
Yeah, pretty much, man. Like they literally go like that's the weird part about it, man. I really enjoyed the manga a lot, and then it just Attack on Titan me, and just like we were going in a really cool direction, and then we decided to change it to something that just didn't make sense. And I'm like, all right, I'm kind of done now.
Yeah,
the dynamic of like the second Great War, like that kind of, or do you mean?
No, probably worse than that. Like we're literally like we had like there's like a time skip later on, and then like things just don't make sense. Nothing makes it does because they explain it, but it's like, why did we do this? We didn't have to do that.
Baruto 2.0. I mean, he who shall not be named 2.0.
Yes. Nice recovery, dude. Lou know about the Kage laws. I mean, all right, Tower God definitely seems that, you know, for me.
God of High School. You said Tower of God.
Not Tower of Simp.
Not Tower of Simp.
I finally took Josh up and finished Fire Force.
Really?
Oh man.
Honestly, probably one of the most nostalgic animes I watched recently. The story is not crazy, as we know. The thing I loved about it was easy to follow. There's character development off the rip, and it gave me me and Josh were talking about in regards to looking at Soul Eater, how simple it was, and how animes don't really date well. You know what I mean? Because if you look at 2007, you can go back to some of my favorites. You can obviously Tokyo Ghoul, things of that nature that were amazing. But looking at Fire Force animation, cinematography, I love the fighting dynamics. When you have third generation pyrotechnic fighting with his feet, swirling around the screen, it's just dazzling to me. I enjoyed it. It's like watching fireworks, except in your neighborhood at 3 a.m.
Kudos to you. Fire Force, even with season 2 opener, I love the direction that they took with it. I'm not sure if everybody's up to par.
African American characters.
Yes, coming soon. I'm gonna mess it up.
Lilith. I haven't watched much of Fire Force. I think I watched like the first few episodes, and then
we were watching it when we were going to the gym a lot. Actually, we were like Matt, you, and myself. We were watching all the same things. I think you were watching Black Clover with us too.
Yeah,
right?
Black Clover.
So Lilith, what have you been watching?
Yes.
I haven't been watching a ton of anime lately, but I just finished Tower of Simp.
Because it 100% is.
Oh god, and it's even more apparent in the manga or manhwa because it was Korean based.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah, it is. It's a manhwa.
Yeah.
Yo,
same thing with God of High School, right?
Yeah.
I just giant wonders, man. I love Korean manga. They are just fucking killing it in my eyes. I want to let you
see
guys
anime and manga coming from different parts of the world.
NAVR Comics, Naver Comics. They have the Korean originals.
Oh, nice.
Cool. Yeah. But what do you think of? I mean, Tower of Simp, regardless of the tone that title.
Tell us how you feel about it.
Yeah. Well, what do you think of it as it's ended? You said you finished it, right?
Yeah. Well,
just for season 1.
It's
obviously
not completed. Like they definitely leave a lot to be explained once season 1 is over. Like it's definitely getting a second season, which I think is coming out in April of next year, anyways. But I think it really did a great job of setting up for the rest of it. So it's got like a good amount of action and character development throughout it. The main character seems a little annoying at times, but he gets better.
Oh, Rachel.
Rachel.
Oh,
do you?
I have to climb the
Rachel,
tower
man.
for Rachel.
Because I have no other purpose in life except to make this bitch happy.
I literally watched
Spoilers,
the last 2
Rachel's
episodes
a
with
cunt.
Matt because he was watching them.
Yeah.
Whoa,
I think
Rachel,
we
man.
spoiled
Rachel's
it a couple episodes ago, actually.
No, you did. All you were in comparison, you all were just like, fuck Rachel. I gotta say
Yeah,
that.
fuck Rachel.
Yo, Lilith.
I was gonna say,
you a
have you
beast.
watched Hunter x Hunter before? Do you get the same
Yeah.
vibe from that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Similar with like
definitely.
WoW, trying to figure out the intricacy of the games that they're playing and how they compete and where the powers are, and you really don't know how high the levels go unless you would read.
Yeah,
the manga,
just when you think you've found like the strongest character, there's always
Somebody
another.
comes along. Yep. Absolutely.
BBC 2.0.
maybe
Fighting goat people. Anyway.
I want to say for those who've been watching Haikyuu from the beginning,
This man, he just like he just
Lit
went
up.
head fucking first into this shit.
What's that under your eyes, bro? Have you
always
been
been
sleeping at all?
there. You know, I work
You've been
7
Those
days.
are binge circles.
Yo, those are binge circles. Hold on, let me.
Oh,
I'm gonna double click on your photo so I can see just you. I'm
Oh,
gonna
wow.
zoom in on you, guy.
yeah, like those who've been day one Haikyuu fans, you deserve it. You are truly graced and blessed with such a beautiful anime. I'm so disappointed I was not hopping on the tree when it first came
Okay,
out.
told you
I'm
last
watching it.
season,
I'm watching
bro.
it. How long take you to binge it?
Yo, this dude did it in like literally
One
probably like a week,
season
less a
per
week.
day.
Man.
He was
Yeah, he
doing
I
one
got like
season
I got
a
like
day.
I got things to do though, but like
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you want to pay
It's-
attention to this because like every
Yeah.
detail of it is beautiful, from the vintage point to the games. I was so invested in all these characters. I can't wait for season 4, guys. I want to tell you,
Oh
but
man.
Lou, I
That
need
match
you to
is
watch.
Don't ruin it, man. Don't ruin it.
Yeah, Lou.
Yeah, for me,
encourage
it's
you.
been more so enjoying certain nostalgia before I go on to new stuff. I watched Madoka Magica. I was talking about.
Nice.
Like going back to the 2000s and looking at it. One of the things I found is that when you take away nostalgia, you really want to know if was it really a good show, or was it because you were so young and so amped on it?
No, this is definitely all ages. You are sold from.
I can't wait. That's
from
gonna be
the
it then.
package.
It's
I
got
mean, like-
this. It's a sports anime, yo. Like if you watch any sports anime,
It's in my top 5.
You get hype. Like
It
the hype
is,
real.
but you know what? How each character develops, especially on the main team. Just each individual guy has their strength, or weakness, and whatever they need to bring to the table, and they all develop as they go. These guys get knocked down; they're not always winners. Like it's cool to see the protagonist lose, because when he comes back, it's just like so gratifying, especially in the sports setting. You know.
Have you watched the other stuff, the movies or the other teams?
I have. I watched
anime?
the movie that was in between one of the seasons.
Yeah.
I've literally watched everything that could be out for it. It's just so cool.
There are movies?
I've never played volleyball in my life.
Now
really, unless
I'm-
we, like,
Dude, I
gotta
want to watch
around.
volleyball just because it's fucking anime. I
watched-
100% like when
That's
the
not why I would
Olympics
watch
happening.
volleyball.
I'm 100% gonna watch.
And it's
Nah,
educational.
Monty got that.
Black
oh yeah,
Eye Rabbit.
Yo, yeah, Juan used to play back in Mount. I remember.
Listen,
that.
everybody wants to watch Brazil play. We get it. Don't worry.
Yes.
I know exactly why you said that.
Listen,
Everybody watches Brazil play. Don't
Been
worry.
to if you've been to the
Why is
Bronx, then you know
Concrete Jungle.
those
Yeah.
teams are
Man.
different out there. Oh,
Like prison rules.
Yo,
All right.
prison rules.
So Tower Sim got a high school. Haikyuu. Anybody else got something new or something old?
Not
I just
necessarily
finished
new,
watching that. Oh, what
but
you got?
I went back and tried to rewatch Megalobox. I don't remember
Oh, I
watching
was
the end.
doing that. I was doing that the other day too.
You
Rewatching
watch it on
Megalobox.
Netflix? You watch it
Yeah.
on Netflix?
Yeah,
the
so I'm
dub's
watching-
not bad if you're watching the dub.
Was the dub actually good? I haven't watched it.
the dub is
I've
pretty
watched-
Yeah, it's not terrible. Yeah.
Yeah,
good, but I just
watched
had it
the
on the
sub.
background. I wanted to like remind myself. I can't remember if I finished it, so
Then you know
I know.
it was that good.
it was,
It's-
well.
I remember that shit.
There's some
Jay
You
stuff,
you
but
would know if
anime.
you finished it. Yeah,
Megalobox
didn't.
is
It was
he
dope.
does one of those
If
endings.
Jay could spar with Joe in real life, he would.
Yeah, like you would.
Gearless Joe. Wait, you wanna go rounds with Gearless Joe?
I
That-
mean, no, learn from him. I would
Good
never
luck.
fight
to
the
say,
man.
man, that man was knocking people out with mechs attached to them.
So the toe in the the great finale fight itself just sold it to
Oh,
you.
God,
I don't want to ruin it, but guys, Megalobox is another sport anime that you got to put in your listing too. There are other ones too, but like the two that we already spoke of, those are my personal recommendation for those listeners, because Megalobox is only like 13 episodes, so it's like easy done, one nighter. Haikyuu is definitely like it is a commitment, guys, and I'm definitely marrying that girl. Like it's
I'm all into, man. Haikyuu's
I mean, matches take 10, 12 episodes sometimes for one match.
Season 2 only the final match was only 5, and I cried with every tears.
Wow.
So did I.
You should. It was very emotional. That last battle was amazing.
I yell when I needed to yell. I cry when I needed to cry. I was all over the place. And the fun part is I woke up people because I was like on the treadmill.
What kind of freaky Megalobox marathon did you have?
No, this is Haikyuu. This is Haikyuu. Keep it up. This is Haikyuu.
Oh, okay. I'm sitting here like, what did you? I didn't watch that. I wasn't into crying.
Wait,
like,
Lou, you didn't watch Megalo? Wait, did you? Oh, no, you didn't.
I watched
Megalobox.
I just didn't cry. I'm like,
no.
Confused. Like, what?
When I saw
I got
what a fight!
This show.
He won. He won.
It was over too quick.
Coming from you,
fingers.
Anyway,
but Senpai, you before the show, you was talking about another food show anime that caught your attention.
So I didn't watch it. It was just something that I had saw. I had come across it randomly, but it's another isekai where there's like a Japanese restaurant in another time, but it's the only Japanese restaurant. It's just like people making Japanese food. I forgot what it's called. I added it. It's on VRV, so I'm sure it's on Crunchyroll. I don't know if it's on Funimation or not. I will find out the name for you in a moment. But I did actually finish an anime recently, and it was Classroom of the Elite, and that show was pretty freaking interesting.
How so?
You literally, it's an elitist school that these people go to, and your merits are point-based, and that's how you get your monthly earnings in currency, how you live. So like the very first month, all the students are there. This is like literally the first episode, so I'm not ruining anything. Everybody gets 80,000 points, which, transfer over, like 1 point's like 1,000 yen.
Okay.
So they get 80,000 yen, especially for the whole month to like live on all this stuff. And these two students don't really like blow through that or anything like that. They just like, it might have, I might be messing it up. It might be 800,000 yen. It might be 10,000 yen.
I would think
$800, like
that'd be rough.
So like, a bunch of the other students like blow through it, and they're just like, whatever, we're gonna get these 80,000 points next month, and everybody gets 0 points, and then they start realizing it's like, oh, you start losing points based on like not doing stuff. It's like, there were so many people who failed their tests, so many people fell asleep in class, some people didn't show up for their class, somebody let one of their students get bullied and didn't do anything. It's like everything is based on
I'm sorry.
So it's pretty interesting, but like the way they explain it is that like going to the school is like, I don't know, going to like Harvard or whatever. It's like people realize you go to Harvard. It's like, oh, you went to this prestigious university. We obviously need to hire you. So they literally say that if you can graduate from this high school, it's like anything that you want to be in life or where you want to go is set for you because you graduated from there. So it's some interesting
stuff. Or what kind?
No, it's just a regular. It's just like a slice of life, like kind of drama. But the main characters, yeah, the main characters. There's something about him. They have like flashbacks here and there, and he's very like nonchalant, very like dead-faced, more or less, like emotionless. Is very interesting.
Is this new or old?
I think it came out 2017, but there's supposed to be season 2 slated for either the end of this year or the beginning of next year, supposedly.
Is this somebody in China watched this first season and then they're like, this is what we're gonna do for the reward system that they have over there now?
That's silly.
That's probably
that'd be awesome. So I'm gonna pass the ball to JL. JL, please take over with the introducing our special guest.
All right. So Lilith, clearly you're an anime fan. Everybody watches different things and whatnot. Mainly what I want to know, and I think this should go for anybody, is what really pulls you in to anime to like. I think everybody watches it to escape. You know what I mean? In some way. And not to say, I don't like the term escape or anything, but we like to pull away a little bit, from reality and whatnot. Is it a character? Is it a setting? Is it a story archetype that pulls you in? What is it that makes you watch a good show?
So what makes me want to watch anime over like other types of shows is that it's more like focused on the fantastical aspects. Like you've got different worlds, you've got worlds that work differently, you've got different rules in them than actual life, and rather than like an escape, it's more like watching something more interesting than what happens every day here. And also with anime, because of its, way of being drawn and stuff like that, you can get like abstract things in there too. Sort of like how like Kill la Kill. Like
I just finished that recently, by the way. It was really
yeah.
good.
Oh my god, it was so good. Like you have fucking clothing that attacks things. So it's just, you can get a lot of crazy stuff in there.
Yeah, it can be the strange, it can be the odd, or it can be even like the relatable. Like Senpai was talking about, a slice of life of some kind.
There are a lot of characters that you can relate to, that a lot of people relate to in anime, even though they're in different settings. Like it's the feelings.
It is. It's whatever a creator will put into an anime that's from their life or something like that, and it's weird to see how, not weird, it's cool to see how somebody would portray an event in their life into a form of animation that brings apart a story and a fantasy and like you said, a world with rules and settings and the way people have to work around them. It's very, very interesting to see what the human mind can portray in animated form when they put the pen to the pad. It's pretty dope.
What was your first anime, Lilith? Like, what brought you to anime?
My first, oh man, I was watching anime since like for as long as I could remember.
Yes.
This is like the first good kiss to remember kind of question.
Yeah. Oh man.
And that's
because you don't want to remember the actual first one.
That is the way to.
It's like the good one,
yeah.
right?
That was like, what's the first good one?
What is this?
Dude, you guys ask me, I say One Piece. When I think of One Piece,
Oh,
I won't say what I can think of. But you always have a memory of whatever it may or may not be.
Yeah.
What was it, 16 Candles of Anime?
No, Lou, I'll tell you later though.
Mine's probably a tie between Cardcaptor Sakura and Slayers. Because those were
Both
two
solid.
of my first, and those were they still, like, sometimes I go back to them and watch them and they're still good. So
Card Captors was brought to us in a very non-raw form. There was so much more to that than what we were given.
I was to say I don't have much for it.
Yeah, there was a lot.
It's
It
heavily
was cool to
edited.
see a female in the lead that I actually enjoy watching. I think at the time when I was young, I never imagined a female character being, the front runner.
Besides Sailor Moon.
But she
Project
was
Echo.
That was the only
like
one
Sailor
that we knew of.
Moon.
Project Echo, give that to that man. Give it to that girl. Give it to her. Her, Eiko, Biko, let's go. That girl was strong. She was punching robots before Deku even came along.
I don't even know what show that is.
Wow, yeah.
I don't know what he's talking
Project
about either.
Eiko, yo, it's a super, super, super old anime, yo. Back in like the late 80s, like probably late 80s, man.
I just don't remember many female leads in the early days, like when we first all started watching anime.
What about like Excel Saga?
Excel Saga, oh god.
Excel Saga.
Another one that I've skipped over
I
too.
don't.
Ghost in the Shell.
Never heard of.
It's a fun garbage fire.
That's perfect, man. The Major is like one of the perfect female antagonists ever, man. Like she's been running strong for a very long time.
94 at least, yeah.
She's running super strong. Ain't nobody beating that girl's ass.
Wow.
I don't think that you saw Ghost in the Shell like as
Ghost
popular.
in the Shell without a doubt, though.
As popular, like on television, like in American television in the 90s, as you
Ghost
saw.
in the Shell has had such a rocky run, though.
But I don't look at America
Kind of,
for when I
yeah.
judge anime, though. For me,
absolutely. But I'm
they
talking about like
ruined Ghost in the
influences.
Shell. The movies, remember the HBO? Was it HBO the series or Showtime?
You're talking about Eon Flux?
They did Eon Flux, but they did a Ghost. Wasn't there a Ghost in the
They
Shell?
did a movie with Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah, that
There's a movie with it. What was
Yeah, it
that?
was a whole big budget movie.
And they did that in studio, but I saw it on HBO, I think, or it was trash.
Yeah, Jay.
But
I don't
know,
think I
like,
even watched that one.
I
It
still
is
haven't
just
either.
the
and
original.
I actually
You're
really
doing
like
yourself.
Scarlett
You're fine in
Johansson,
life.
so
You're not
I'd rather
missing
not.
anything.
I don't want that to tarnish her
So
career.
I hear.
Don't hate on
I
Scarlett
mean, they
Johansson.
kind of
It wasn't that
explained the
bad.
whitewashing
Whoa.
at the very end, but yeah, it was.
It's
She was
super
really-
whitewashed.
Yeah,
It
she
is.
was really Asian the whole time. Like, no, like,
No, she
no.
wasn't.
But no, I
That's
mean,
the problem.
Ghost in the Shell is one of my absolute favorites.
Yes, it
The
is.
series are great.
setting is
Standalone
so
complex
fucking
is
cool.
awesome.
bro,
And
bro. The fact that you can't understand it the first time you watch it when you're that young, and then you go back to it and go like, what? What was
That
I
doesn't make sense.
watching?
Dude, that's a legit thing, man. Oh, Alita Battle Angel,
is.
man. She was a female.
Oh,
main
okay.
Well, that's all.
Yeah.
They did a movie with that one too.
but
I
That
actually
Wasn't
movie
enjoyed
was
that.
good, man. Too.
Yeah.
That
I actually
remake
enjoyed that
was
one.
very good.
Yeah.
But was that ever an anime or was it?
Yeah, it was based off an original
manga?
anime, man.
It
Way back in the
was-
day.
There
They
was like
did,
an OVA. There was an OVA based on the manga that didn't really follow the manga as closely, but they
Oh.
talked about making it into an anime for a long time that never got turned into an anime. Then they bought the rights to make it into a movie, and then it came out. I still haven't watched it. It's on my list of
The
like
movie's
movies
good for what
watch.
it is, but they did the plot points and the development of characters are weird because you literally know what's gonna happen.
You do,
And
man.
it's
very-
the romance develops way too fast in the
Didn't
movie.
you
Isn't it
go
always
watch it with
that
me,
way?
man? Were you with us?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
I
about
think
to
I
say.
was with you guys when
That's
I
right.
watched
Okay,
it,
all right.
yeah.
Yeah. That movie was great, man. I don't
It
care.
was
It was
it
very
was-
linear, but it was great.
very action packed and fun to watch.
Difference between
Yeah.
quality movie and good movie. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I can enjoy Mortal Kombat, but let's be honest. Back in the day, Mortal Kombat.
It's trash.
Ooh.
But
it's
I'll
on
watch
fire
it
right
I'll
now.
watch
If you
it.
haven't seen that Scorpion's Revenge movie, you need to. Especially
I know
as an
I'm
anime fan.
lacking, man. You told me
Bad.
there is super good.
You can come over to my house and watch it. I will. Oh my god, I'll watch it again as soon as it starts.
We could do a
Have a
Zoom
stream
meeting.
day.
Yeah,
Yes.
this is-
There you go.
Maybe when
Bam.
OMK comes to Rhode Island. Ha!
Alright, so
Hey,
Lilith,
it's a secret.
so my one question for you for tonight is this: we have experienced all type of anime, right? And one thing I have seen a lot is the female role has been developing and growing very popularly throughout the year. In your personal opinion, is there a particular character or anyone that kind of stand out when it comes to these female roles that you felt like, hey, this should also been a main character or the face of this anime series, or I could relate to her, but she's fine being like the side character.
The only thing that really comes to mind is maybe from give me a second to think about that.
For an example, Elsa for me, I felt like she could have been more the face of Fairy Tail than being more of a side character
Urza?
to Natsu. Yeah. Like,
Oh, I thought
I
you
thought we were
said
talking about
Elsa.
Frozen.
I'm
We
like,
were. I thought we were talking about Frozen
for a
Frozen's not
second.
an anime.
No.
Let it go,
No,
Jay. Let it go.
Fuck.
I
Let
am.
me just say, you know my stance on Fairy Tale. That would be a dope ass show. if it was
I'm
based
just
around
saying,
her.
give it
Fucking
that
hate
little.
Natsu.
Sonya? Oh, yeah,
Can
man.
I'm gonna interject with Lu Million to redo this question to make it amazing for a second. Sorry, because Jay's Shakespeare, but we're gonna keep this down to earth. I'm gonna give you a 3-part question. Here's what it is. With your characters, one you love, one you hate, and one you would want to rewrite. I think that's like an easier dynamic of a question. Give me a character you love, a character you hate, and a character you would rewrite.
That's
I'd
fair.
say just like you're saying with Ursa, that would be a character you rewrite right there. But yeah.
I think like rewrite in what sense? Like make them more prominent or make them different?
Well, for me, I'll give you an example. Just for me, off rip, Naruto. Me and Josh were talking earlier about so many characters that I'd have to rewrite just to make sense. Like Naruto not knowing who his dad was when he's the only blonde child in Japan, basically. With the most famous person being blonde, the Hokage. Like for me, that's a happy.
It's anime.
I know.
Yeah, there's like people with some purple hair and red hair. Like,
Yeah,
that's why I love anime.
No.
Red-haired characters having blue-haired children.
No. Ready. Let's ready. Just think of this. Who else is blonde in Naruto? Blue eyes.
His father.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all he's
That's
getting. That's all we're getting. Who else? It's like, who else is blonde?
Don't even get
And
me.
also-
Tsunade's old enough to be his mom. She could have been his mom.
And there's also
She had
Ino.
blonde hair.
There's Ino and also the girl from the hidden
Sand Village.
So we had
Yeah,
that
so that
discussion, and then what we said was, when you sign a contract and you see a name in front of it, this famous Hokage, you look at this guy and you go like, wait,
Wait a second.
Kage.
He has the same last name that I have. What's going on here? And nobody else has the same last name. Okay, yeah.
I'm pulling
The
Kage.
million.
But anyway,
Let's
Million.
stop talking about that.
Lilith. So Lilith, who do you love? Who do you hate? And who do you want to rewrite?
Well, let's
Start
see.
easy. Who do you love?
Who I love? Who I love?
Anime characters. Let's go.
Does it
I know
have
who
to be
you
a
love
female?
already.
I
It could be anybody. It could be anybody, but I think I know who you like. I'm not sure, but let's just happen. Let it happen. Go ahead.
Okay. I like what's her face? Ryuko. Matori Ryuko from Kill la Kill.
Yep.
I think she did. I think she was a pretty strong female lead in that
That's
anime.
just a badass character, absolutely.
Yeah, she's totally badass, and like I like that she, even though the anime eventually led to her being like a scantily clad character, that wasn't her character to begin with.
They pushed the limits on, but yes.
But yeah.
Wow.
Someone I would change. Maybe Uraraka from My Hero Academia.
What would you change?
I feel like she could have been like more in the lead character-esque position. I don't know, because she was really cool, but
that are giving her one
she
arc
just
like
could
Tsunade.
be cooler.
Yeah,
I think she is right where she should be for now. Show wise, I don't know manga, but I know that she is very key to who Deku is as far as his development.
Not even just that,
but that's the thing. She's key to who Deku is.
Right.
Yeah,
but if
like,
you take Deku away, she's not
the UA
important.
fight?
She went at it with Bakugo. Like
she's a bad bitch,
honestly,
man. There's
honestly,
so much more you could like dig in there.
I like how you guys big people up and then also in the same breath go.
Well, no, I'm gonna keep her up.
Well, that's why she wants to rewrite her. This is why this is happening.
She's right here. She could be like
easily her and the guy that can as soon as you answer his question or reply to him, he has you under mind control.
Shino?
He expands his
Oh,
ability.
man.
Yeah, Shino.
Oh,
But
yeah, that guy
Uraraka
was
all day.
really cool. He could
I
have been brought to the
always say it though.
foreground.
Uraraka's like personality, how she's grown, I think is far more powerful than Deku's development or any other character.
I hope that we
Why
get
are you
to see
laughing
a little
after I
bit.
said grown, you bunch of sickos? What are you?
No, man.
Me
like,
and
listen.
him know what's going on because we read the manga. That's why.
Yeah, I know the fucking deal of life, man. You're talking to the wrong guy here. That's why he's over here like, I know what's happening. I'm like,
all I'm gonna say,
You love these characters, huh? You love these characters.
I hope that we get to see a little bit more of her background with her family. Because we know that she wants to be a hero so that she can help her parents financially. That's the whole reason that she's putting herself at risk.
Hope they don't live in the city.
All right, so I want to go back to Jay's question real quick because it's happened a couple of times and it doesn't necessarily work. So there's got to be a character that we can think of, maybe female, maybe not. But Rock Lee, they tried it. Character. It was like a chibi show, whatever. But they've tried to take other characters and give them their own, spin-off or whatever.
Who would be the best spin-off? Who do you think? Come on, Black Ivory.
I'm asking first. We have a guest. I don't know. Who do you think, Lou?
Don't do me. Lilith, ladies first. So
I think I have one, and I heard. I don't know if they'll do something about it, but Ace.
Lilith, I'll give you a minute.
Ooh, I would like to know what was happening with him.
For a second,
honestly.
I thought her camera just froze.
Yeah, so like Ace from One Piece to get a little bit more of his background, how like more and more like to see his adventures.
You do get it.
I know that you do get it, but you don't if you're having a show just for that.
But you want like an OVA for it?
Yeah,
and it's an OVA. It's not a show. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's got to be a character with a back to support it by themselves.
The one I need is Omochu. I can't say the name. I always mess this up. Orochimaru. I can't say that name. I would love to see the background.
Everything he did?
Well, no, the specifics of his character development, because I'm infatuated with him, especially if you think about Naruto, we all think the story is about Naruto, but it's really about Orochimaru and his disciple and all of them wrecking havoc. Because you think about the Tatsuki, you go back to Lily, who perfected the resurrection jutsu? Orochimaru's disciples, right? Who started the Great Ninja War? His disciple. Then we brought back all these great characters and literally drove the show literally through his dynamic. What I would want to see is the hurt and the understanding, not a redemption story, but understanding the loss of his parents and how he found solace in jutsu and how his preceptor or his mentor favored him, because we all seen Jiraiya get pissed off and cry about like, you always say Orochimaru's the best, he's the best. And then you also have one of the most strongest medical ninja of all time in that group, which is an interesting character dynamic, but they never go in the backstory of that? Why did he develop so many kids and offspring? Why does he do these experiments? What drives him? And when he left the show for years at a time and the time skips and stuff, he did all these crazy things. Me personally, I think that would be a great dynamic of what happened in that. Because that show that shall not be named is very interesting, but a lot of those characters developed a lot of powers and did a lot of things since.
True. All right, Orochimaru is definitely a good one. I think villains and antagonists in general, even if they're like in the middle, you know, they definitely can pull out more backstory than some.
Give me a Joker of Naruto. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. I want to see a darker.
Can anime do that and entertain? Because otherwise, don't
yeah,
they?
It's called Hisoka. Come on, man.
Ooh, spicy.
What?
My guy. Oh my God. Hisoka's
Said
a
you
monster.
want the Joker of anime. Hisoka. There you go.
He's got different petty motives. And I say petty, I don't mean like.
You forgot the last words with file. No, you did. He does got pedophile motives, man. Get out of here. That man's gross.
When I say he's my guy in combat, he's my guy.
Oh no, he's a fucking mastermind, yo, for like fighting.
He's gone. He's like, ooh, like real expressive.
Yeah. Well, he's infatuated with like the power Gon like has, which is like the crazy. Because like
I would take a Hisoka side story all day.
I would. Yo, listen, man. In the manga, I don't know if you guys read the manga at all. If you try to even tackle it, man, at one point in time, he gets to fight Lucifer. And it's just a one-on-one battle, and they do it in the battle arena, which is sick. So, and you really get to understand like how powerful like Lucifer's like Gen is. It's pretty fucking broken.
Jay's mind blown. Look at that face.
Yeah, I had a mind blowing moment. Oh God.
So, but did you have a character you don't like, by the way? Like we're over here rewriting characters, man. But like, did you have a character you don't like? Like there's everybody got one fucking character they cannot stand.
Oh, well, there are tons I can't stand, but I'm going to talk about one that I really, really liked until the end.
Perfect.
All right. She's
the best. Don't you talk down about her. She's smart. Anyway, go ahead.
So I forget her name, but the main character, Claymore.
Oh God! It was so fucking good, and it was so bad.
It was so good, and that ending, it's like her character did a fucking 360.
What was her name? It was
like I don't remember it.
I got you. Don't worry.
That was a while back. That was a really good
Claymore.
show.
Claymore is very unspoken of on this anime.
Yeah,
I just realized that no one's ever said that once until just now.
2000 again. Right. And what year was that? 2007, baby. Hey.
Oh wow, that was a while ago.
I'm going back.
Like 05, man.
I'm watching it. I'm online right now. It says April 2007 to September.
And it's disappointed me for 13 years.
Wow.
That's
like looking back on middle school lunch. Like, what was I eating?
What is this? Coffee milk and fucking Ribicue. What is Ribicue?
It's like it was good,
Claire,
but on its way down, just
literally just fucking Claire. It was so
it's just Claire. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it started out really fucking strong, like super fucking. And the animation quality was like super sick.
Animation was fucking great. The story was great. The character development was great. Like I think it went in a really good direction, and then the end, it was just like.
I think the manga keeps it going, so you might have to like read the manga for
right. So
I feel like you watched it when I told you about it. I feel like when we were first like hanging out, I was like, "Oh, you ever watch Claymore?" And I feel like you told me you started watching it, but you never finished it or something like that. And then you told me like, "Man, this is so fucking shitty."
It was it was really good. Just don't watch the last episode.
Dang.
So just watch episode.
It's another anime you don't talk about.
Yeah, you don't talk about it.
This is my finale, not the actual finale.
Yeah.
Also, I'm really surprised.
Rewrite it.
When you were picking your favorite character, I literally had to look up her name because I fucking forgot it. But I thought you were gonna say Ozen. I thought she was your girl, but you lied.
Oh, Ozen from
Made in the Abyss.
Yeah, Made in the Abyss. Oh, I fucking love her character. That is one. Yeah, where I wish went more into her character.
You told me about that anime. It's sick, man. I don't know if you guys watched it, man. Yeah. It's good. The animation quality is super good.
You said Made in the Abyss?
Yeah. It's not, you can watch it on Amazon Prime. It's all on
I have Amazon Prime.
Yo, watch it, Lou. It's good. Like the quality looks like a child's anime, but man, the storyline and everything that happens is far from it.
Yeah, the anime, like I almost didn't watch it because of the anime style, but you start watching it and it's like, wow, this goes deep. It's like Madoka level.
Okay.
This man's expression on his face just changed.
What?
It's Madoka level in the sense where it's like it's cute and like it's kid characters.
You watched Madoka Magica, right?
I did.
Episode 315.
Yeah.
I can name, tell you the timestamp and everything.
Yeah.
That was
this goes in that direction where it's like it goes real fucking dark.
You give me some dark anime.
Really good.
I may be a little beige today, but I love that dark anime. You know what I'm talking about?
Millie has like the episodes and time skip and everything tattooed, just in case he ever forgets. He wakes up and is like, "Who am I?" He looks at it.
Yeah,
wait,
he had the
what's
symbol
on your shoulder?
No, I'm saying the magical symbol right here when they turn to witches. No, I'm messing around. I'm joking. That's a universal crown.
Monty, I want to hit you with something.
What's up, man?
If there's an anime ending that you could change, that you were not satisfied with in any genre of anime of any kind, Scott sounds like he knows what it is.
No, it's just I'm just thinking about all the animes that he could possibly say.
You know what it is? I don't even want to answer this question because I literally forget all the bad anime. Like, I'm just like, no, that's how I stay so positive. And I'm just like, nah, man, I'm gonna really
Dr. Stone.
sit down and think about. No, I think that was an appropriate.
Not
ending.
over.
I think
that was not an ending.
Hey, don't spoil it. I haven't finished it yet.
What, guy? Come on, dude. Yo, Stone War is happening next year, man. You need to catch up. We got
You had a year, okay?
You had a year.
Get on the ending. Get on.
No, Josh, fix Gundam's ending. Fix a couple Gundam endings.
You know what, man?
Me and you beefed over these shows. Me and you beefed over this. Go fix some Gundam endings.
Right.
Wasted 6 years of my life.
Just fix Build Divers. It was just like trying to copy Build Fighters.
I actually prefer divers to fighters, man. I don't know what
Whoa, Josh, we gotta have a serious fucking talk next time I see you.
Not the actual show.
Holy shit, did you really just say that, man?
I really just said it. I felt like the MMO aspect was much more believable than someone from a different dimension. I didn't want to deal with that.
They brought SAO into that, though. They brought like SAO aspects with.
That's what they want to change. That's what they actually want to change. They want to change the anime to SAO.
I would change everything. That's
it.
Like the first half of the first season of SAO was good.
Yeah, those 14 episodes. Wow.
Yeah.
After that,
great.
Yeah.
We have no idea what they were thinking. I want to smoke what they were smoking though.
I got a question for everybody here afterwards.
Flying fairies
and one.
As soon as they went into Alfheim, it was over.
What happened?
Whoa, I like that one, but let's not talk about it because we're not supposed to talk about it. We can't talk about that here. It's forbidden. I got a real question for all you guys here, man, because I was thinking about it when I was coming in here. I was like, I want to ask a good question, man. Yo, what is everybody's guilty pleasure anime? What I mean by guilty pleasure, like an anime that you definitely have watched that you would not tell anybody else that you had watched before because you're a little embarrassed what your friends might think of you when you find out.
I already put myself.
I got it.
Like
everybody
if you're just
know
like,
mine.
What's yours? Oh,
we know.
Everybody
We know.
DL on the DL, baby.
No, I don't know what it is. You have to tell the viewers.
He's BL on the DL, man.
Yeah. I'm not ashamed of it.
I'm not ashamed.
Don't worry, I'll tell mine too, man. I'll make you better. You want me to tell you mine real quick, and I'll even tell you a quick synopsis, so that way it makes you feel better about your choice.
Yeah, but if I tell you mine, you're gonna be like, "Damn."
Nope. I promise you won't. Mine's way more embarrassing. Go ahead.
Let him just say it.
Say it.
I don't know, guys.
Okay, so this anime, I'm about to say it. Let me give it a little introduction. This anime in 2019, 2019, was had a higher rating than the Rising of the Shield Hero, Beastar.
Whoa, what the fuck?
Wow, what?
No. This is my favorite story of all time.
Yeah,
it's my favorite story of all time.
Shield Hero was. That was good.
Yeah, but the rating for Shield Hero was a little bit lower to this anime, and also Fruit Basket too. And I
think Beastars was ranked slightly ahead of it as well.
What is fucking going on?
Tuesday and
trash, bro.
Yeah, Tuesday and stuff.
And
Tuesday was amazing
too, yo.
Yeah,
this anime is
but...
is about music, musicianship. People in high school, guitar player find this person in the hallway, and this guy had this nice Gibson guitar. For those who are music freaks.
Is this Kaon?
Nope, just wait for it. And then after a while, he saw that the string was busted. He decided, you know what? Let me help you out. He changed the string. He strung the string. The dude was like blown away, and from there they start
blown away. All right,
yeah, they start to have this connection.
You mean this relationship?
Sure.
So is Yuri on ice? Is Yuri on ice?
So you were watching a yaoi?
Not a yaoi.
Oh, yaoi.
Not
but it's a
yaoi, but it's definitely
a soft yaoi.
So from this
Some
connection,
BL. All right.
This connection brought it to the group where we slowly found out that each person had a certain relationship with the musicians, and they
I was like a real musician.
Right, yeah. And turns out they had to do a big performance, which is one of my favorite anime song of sadly of all time. I have to give it to them because I listen to the song like every day. The name of the anime is called Given, and it is.
I think I have that on my list to watch.
Yeah.
I did too until I found out Jay's premise, and it's not about the synopsis. It's just about the fact that that's the main aspect of what it's about. So I just didn't feel
but so is Yuri on Ice, and that shit won Anime of the Year.
It actually was nominated on the Crunchyroll Award.
It depends.
And it like actually won like legit Anime of the Year. Like everybody loved it.
It depends on your palate, no?
Yes.
What is this main aspect that he's about?
That's why
I'm
not trying to judge you, but like if that shit gets the anime, that's all right. I thought you were gonna say High School D&D for a second. I'm like, all right,
no. I just want to hear what Jay was gonna say. What's this aspect? What was next?
What was the next part? I mean, like the song itself, it blows me away, and that's the only reason why I rewatch it time and time.
What's the song? I'm gonna listen to that shit.
Yeah, I want to know what the song is.
No, I'm serious, man.
Switch the intro up a little bit. We'll put that on first.
Okay, yeah, sure. But I'll send you guys to the link. But it's Given. It's a 13 episode, really good. I could watch it at least a few times, and if I say it to people be like, "Wow, I embrace you, thank you." But I'm like, I'm still me. I'm a normal guy.
Is it Mafu's song?
Mafio's song, Given? Yeah.
Or
is it Epino's the Fuyuno?
Hashi?
Yeah, I'll send you guys the link. But
I want to understand you a little better.
Yeah, the Given is my guilty pleasure. So what's yours, Scott?
Don't even worry about it, man. I'm gonna blow your shit out the fucking water. And you know what the worst part is that Hannah was with me when I bought the box set of mine. I want to let you know because this is our first year at fucking Anime Boston together, and she judged the shit out of me when I asked for it. Okay.
Well,
I fucking went up, man, and this fucking booth had all nostalgic anime. So much of it, dude. I bought so much nostalgic anime, it wasn't even funny, man. I bought fucking 8-Man After because I fucking love 8-Man. They had was it the Fatal Fury movie, man, where he gets the Mars armor? That shit is so fucking sick, dude, man.
That's bomb.
And I bought an Iria, fucking Biohunter, man, another female, protagonist back in the day, man, female Biohunter, great fucking anime. And then out of nowhere, I'm like, yo, let me see if they got this anime. I have it on box set. It's upstairs. It's like fucking 10 DVDs, okay? The Japanese name for it, because I'm not going to come out with it right away, is Hana Yori Dango, okay? And it translates for English. Well, I hope it translates to English. It translates to Boys Over Flowers. Let me tell you what this. She judged the shit out of me when I fucking wanted to buy this. Okay, let me tell you what this is about.
It just didn't seem like your type of anime.
No, and let me tell. Let me. I'm gonna make you feel better.
Until that day,
right?
Did you know?
It's literally about this girl who goes to this prestigious school that's for the rich. The only reason why she got in there is because she had really good test scores, man. But her family's poor as fuck. Like they barely make ends meet. Like when they sit down and eat dinner, like if people don't properly portion what they eat, everybody's not going to eat equally or fair. Like there's a point where like the daughter just eats a shit ton of the rice and the dad doesn't have any fucking rice to eat because she's just like hopped up on like, I'm going to fucking do this. So when she goes to this school, she gets bullied by the big 5 there, who are the 5 richest kids in the school. Their parents are all the top elitists around the world. Like they own fucking everything and everyone. And she picks a fight with them because they were picking on a kid. But what she didn't know is that when she goes to school and she gets in the way of these people, they put out a marker on whoever fucks with them to get them to quit school. And she decides to fucking stick up and stick with it and like fight back against these guys. And one of the guys who like runs the group of them falls in love with her. All right.
Aww.
Now let me explain a little bit more about this. This shit is based off of a Chinese soap opera. I know you guys like your telenovelas, man, but this shit is based off of a real Chinese soap opera.
Whoa.
Yeah. I'm just letting you know, man. Okay, and you won't understand how often I go back and just watch these Chinese soap operas because of this anime. I've watched this so many fucking times, and the guys who stars the 5 people is actually a real boy band in China. Okay. All right, that's just, and there's 2 fucking seasons of like 100 episodes each, man. I fucking watch them every fucking time. I've actually never finished the anime, but if it's anything like the live action shit, I'll fucking watch it all day, every day. It's super, super fucking good, okay? And it is my 100% guilty pleasure because it is not anything that I fucking normally watch ever. And if everybody knew about it, they might judge me, but that's okay. She judged the fuck.
There's no judgment zone here.
Yeah, because I'm gonna confess, if there's a given season 2, I'm gonna watch it because
dude, it's on my list. I'm gonna watch that shit. It was
I'd say we might get a couple people over and watch it with you so I can understand a little bit.
I'll watch it. I don't care.
Nobody wants to watch the dark anime.
Yeah. Well, everybody watches dark anime.
I want to watch dark anime. My guy.
Right? Come on. She got that berserk on.
Listen, you want to talk berserk? Just let me know, okay? Like that's my number 1 go-to. That's the date night. That's Netflix and me right there.
We can talk about it whenever you want, Lou. Man, I'm telling you.
I'm not getting it tatted on me. You can go ahead and do that.
I got it tatted.
I still have to get the market sacrifice.
I got enough scar.
I got guts. In berserk on me, man. I'm ready. You want to talk? We can talk anytime you want. Sit down, have a nice cup of coffee, man.
Berserk literally is a torture of my life.
But I want to hear at least everybody at least a minute of their guilty.
Guilty one for me. I'll go guilty one for me.
Right.
Welcome to the NHK.
Short and sweet.
Welcome to the NHK. When life gets hard, you need to go down to a sunken place, and it's one of the best animes to get as low as you can get emotionally. If you want to feel hurt and abused, go watch Fairy Tail. But if you want to feel real emotions, welcome to the NHK. Feeling sad, watching watching depression, watching suicide.
You suggested it to me, Josh, man. I'm about it. So.
Ask Josh when I watched that. My whole life changed. I was a new man.
Wow.
New man. No more throwing keys, Josh, right? But that's mine.
Who's next?
Let's go with Juan.
Oh.
All right.
There's
I'm so guilty.
No, it's fine. Go ahead.
No.
Professor first.
No.
Yeah, I'm a fucking asshole. All right,
God.
No, you already. Go ahead. You got the mic.
There's.
He's got Mike's secret sauce.
Maybe one that I wouldn't, tell people to watch very often. There's this 1970s Japanese anime called Candy Candy that was huge in Latin America. It's like a soap opera, the way you said it, right? It's about an orphan. Anime? It is a telenovela. It's a little orphan girl that is gets bullied. Finally, it looks like she's gonna get adopted, and she's got like her best friend that she thinks she's her sister. They get adopted different homes. She thinks she's gonna have, she gets adopted in this big house. She's gonna have a great life. They treat her like absolute garbage. Every person that she like loves dies somehow. Like something happens to them, or they have an accident, or there's like a fire. Straight up telenovela, bro. And like it's just sad as shit, and it's really good. And if you looked it up, it's like 70s anime called Candy Candy. And you can't stream it or really buy any of the episodes anywhere, because there's this whole argument between the guy that wrote the manga and the company that created the manga. They have like a dispute for years, and they can't come to an agreement.
There's a couple Marvel DC characters just like that they can't bring to the movies because an artist owns the rights to the visual, and then a writer owns the rights to the story. So it's just like,
and then sometimes they can't get the storyline right.
Because anyways,
Rip.
Both.
All right, so I have a few, but I think the one that
I'm judge the shit out of you.
Oh really? All right,
Yes.
I guess I kind of deserve that.
You fucking sure as hell do. Let's go.
All right, so I think my favorite guilty pleasure is Star Driver. If anyone's seen this
You
anime,
fucking told me to watch that shit. It is so trash.
Yo, it is. That's what. Oh man,
Fucking told me to watch this.
Yo,
man,
she got the
it
stage,
is
man.
So
Give her a chance.
fucking trash. Go ahead, talk about this shit.
He's like a bad father over here.
Wow. Wow.
We watched 2 episodes at work together in a row, and I was just...
You didn't like it at all.
How fucking no? Let's go. It's still on my watch list, though. Tell them about it. Go ahead.
Kind of weird.
Yo,
What is this about?
It's just about these guys that go in giant robots and they fight.
Mm-hmm.
No,
this guy has the best transformation sequence. That's why I watch it.
We talking about Gundam Wing?
No, it's a Star Driver.
This is the most flamboyant Sailor Moon.
Yeah, it is.
Looking artwork I've ever seen in my life. This man has a fox and a giant star on his nipple. I'm good. I can't wait to see this. I'm watching this.
Oh man,
star in the nipple.
I'm just saying there's nothing deep
that is
about
the title
this anime.
of this episode. Star in the nipple. Please.
Star in the nipple.
That is on the post. I'm looking at the post. It says Star Driver. His hands all out. Star in the nipple. Just.
Yo, watch his transformation sequence.
It's literally
so good.
Star Driver dazzling the stars, guys.
It's just kind of like guilty pleasures.
Please. I'm gonna watch this transformation again. Go ahead, keep talking. I want to hear everybody else's.
While I process that.
But the real one that I watch for the actual story is Bokura ga Ita. It's one that's like a romance, and it's about this like chick and this guy, basic romance anime, and she doesn't like realize that she loves him until the last minute. And it's one of those that you watch if you're like, really sad because of relationships. And it really hits you in the feels. It's good.
Sappy shit. It's like the writers actually went through breakups and whatnot.
Yeah.
And it's actually a real movie made in 2012. I just found out. Interesting.
What is?
Live action?
Yeah. Bokura ga Ita.
Oh, they made it into a movie?
In 2012.
Oh,
shit. Film based
what's yours,
on
JL? Tell me what's your guilty pleasure. I want to know right now.
I just want to point out something that anytime, well, besides Scott and Lilith, somebody points out a guilty pleasure, you don't really know it. So you've always got those little things that we hide in our pockets that people don't really know.
You watch a lot of manly anime. I get just,
No.
Very serious.
I mean, I do.
That's why, like, if you're like, yo, man, I really loved watching Yuri on Ice. Like, that's like, all right, out of the blue. Not many people talk about it, despite being a very popular anime and how good it actually really was. But it's like, some people might judge you on the fact that you might watch it, even though they shouldn't. But the fact is that some might. Yeah. And that's the point of this, I think.
Well, again, everybody's guilty pleasures are different. So, I mean, there's going to be a different opinion no matter what. Mine is a puppet show. And it's called Thunderbolt Fantasy, if you haven't heard of it. If you don't know what it is.
That. Yeah.
So it was in its 3rd season as of this year, and they're literally puppets that they put animation into as well in post-production. The way they fight is like super battle royale.
What's it called again? Thunderbolt what?
It's on Crunchyroll, right?
It's on Crunchyroll. That's where I first saw it, and then I just went back and I traced the history from it. It's Chinese, Taiwanese. It translates to Tawanabe. I don't know. I forgot how to say it in Japanese, but it's Thunderbolt Fantasy. And you as soon as it starts off, these characters are fighting each other with like swords and really cool moves, and they throw the animation of the puppets themselves. But the way they create the puppets and the fact that like these people that are just like controlling them around and they're like videotaping them in like a little tiny set. When you see the behind the scenes shit, it's like, wow, that's all it looks like. But when you see it in motion, you don't really notice the strings or anything, but the way they fight, the way it's choreographed, and how cheesy it sounds like a really old Chinese, Japanese kind of movie with the subtitles and everything. I don't know. It's just really entertaining to see somebody do something different and throw it into the pool of anime and cinema itself. Just using puppets, especially nowadays, we have CG and everything, but people are still using puppets that have been around for thousands of years as entertainment. I think that's really dope to keep that art form alive. So Thunderbolt Fantasy, highly recommend when you're just at home by yourself, if you're still in quarantine or you just have no idea what to watch, just give it a shot. 1, 2, 3 episodes and you'd be like, that was different.
I actually was looking at this shit. I won't even lie, because for some reason it like spoke to me of like
I jumped in.
Chinese soap operas, dude.
It was
like
worth
the
it.
quality is very good for those. I don't know if anybody else, I know you guys again, I said telenovelas to you guys. They usually have the serious storylines for that. Chinese quality like soap operas, man, like their like production quality is so crazy. Like
they believe in their art form. I love seeing what they put on stage. It's amazing.
So I actually was very interested in taking a look at that.
But finally, Jay. Oh wait, you already did yours. I'm sorry. Who else is left? Is that everybody?
Monty.
That was.
Oh yeah,
Guy,
I'm being in the cut, bro.
This is like the Parent Trap for me, yo, because he's in the middle for my screen, man. So I can't wait for the dad to say it.
I mean, I don't know, man. I'm not really ashamed of any of my anime choices.
No,
but should you be? But should you be?
Nah, you should.
No shame. I give zero fucks, man.
Yours is high school D&D. Just say it.
No, man. One that I think maybe wouldn't necessarily like get. Cause you know me, man. Like I love anything that's fucking mad itchy as fuck.
That's why I love you, by the way, man.
Same. I don't have any other friend like you that likes Ichi. I just
no. Well, maybe me. No.
No.
They don't talk about that, you know.
I stopped giving them pounds.
You mean ecchi?
Yeah.
Ecchi anime?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
But yeah. So like I'll yeah, I don't know, man. Like I like a little bit of I mean I like Hip Whip Girl, or also known as Shoujo.
Girl.
That's my shit. It's really fucked up and stupid. But
what is it?
Shoujo? Oh, it's a shoujo.
No. Seijo. That's the name of the anime.
Oh, Seijo.
Also known as Hip Whip Girl, and it's literally there's a new form of sport, and it's where people gamble on, and it's all the biggest craze, and it's literally the whole premise is two women fighting on top of a floating platform in a pool.
Oh, that one.
They can't use their hands and their feet. They literally have to fight with their boobs and their butts.
I know what you're talking about.
Oh man.
Did you tell me about
this?
Keijo,
yeah.
There we go.
That would be quite the challenge. Who the fuck would think of that?
Or sometimes just like
you
to drop
canceled,
eddies.
Right?
I like to drop eddies and watch Hamtaro because it's fucking adorable.
Yes! I love the American
saves the world somehow. Oh man,
I love watching that opening in English. It's so good. I remember watching this shit in the day. Yo, you just made me feel like a kid again.
Yo, he said Hamtaro, yo.
Just you saying Hamtaro, I just want them to make a Katamari Damacy kind of anime.
That and Fight Over West is top 2 and not 2.
All right, so we're about to be at that mark, but before we leave, we have to ask Lilith this big question. You gotta name at least top 5 on your list for those who don't know, may know, but you gotta give it to us before you leave. What are your top 5 anime of all time?
Oh shit, I wasn't prepared.
Not
for
in
this.
order of favorites.
Oh
just
man, not in order of favorites. Top 5 anime of all time. That's yeah. I don't know if that makes it easy. Let's see.
You got this. Dig deep.
Feel the rhythm. Feel the vibe.
Give it up.
Erased. I'd say one. Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you, by the way.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Didn't do it for you, bro.
No, she introduced me to it.
Yeah, so thank you via proxy then.
Yep.
Yes.
You man. She told me about it. You ever watched Erase? No.
Yo, it's so good.
She fucking rocked my brain with that anime, dude. It was so good.
So this is
man.
Okay, yes.
So you are the reason why everybody here watches.
Dude, I told Josh to watch it, and then everybody else watched it. I was like, wasn't it so fucking good? I was like, my friend Hannah told me it was so good.
No, I watched it before season 3. It was so good. Yes.
Did you really, Jay? Oh.
Yeah, because I have friends in New York who told me about it, and they'd be like, you gotta give it a race. It's 13 episodes. I'm like, all right, cool. I watched it. I cried. I enjoyed it. I'm grateful.
I got emotional as fuck.
All right, so we got number 5, number 4.
Well, they're not. The number
4.
Okay?
The number. Your fourth choice. Your fourth
choice.
My fourth choice.
Numerical order.
Megalobox.
Ooh, okay.
Wow.
Really fucking good. Anime that was taken from what was it? Ashita no Joe back in the day. They sort of made like a nod to it for its 25th anniversary.
Yes.
Yeah, so fucking good. They did a really great job with that one. One that's like not really considered an anime, but like I still think of it as an anime. It was on VRV. I'm not sure if it's still there, but it's called Last Man.
Yes.
Watch that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
It's really good.
It's super fucked up.
Yeah, it is so fucked up, but it's really good. If you're into that sort of gore shit, just watch that. It's really good.
Got 2 more.
I know this is really tough.
There's a lot to pick from.
I know there's so much.
I thought you were gonna mention something else that was like on your shirt. But...
I mean Berserk, of course. Yeah.
And now we are friends.
We can be friends.
But I'm trying to think of what is one that people might not know that I've seen that is really good.
I mean, think of the ones that you've finished versus the ones that you want to finish. They usually kind of.
Well,
I can think of a top 5 list and be like, I didn't finish all of them.
Yeah.
Well, all the ones that I've listed so far, I've finished.
There you
go. Sorry, this is really tough. So talk about something else while I think.
Come on,
I don't know. It's really difficult. Okay.
So while she think of her, I think it's her number one choice.
Well, not number one, but one of the top 5. The last of the top 5.
The last of the top 5. Thank you. So while she think of the last of the top 5, don't forget to watch the Shinobi Unfolding. We are posting our audio content on Sunday at 1 p.m. and our video content on YouTube on Tuesday around 10 a.m. If I'm saying it correctly.
Yeah.
Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. You also could just Google our stuff, Shinobi Unfolding, and you'll find all of our audio in different podcast, social media. Just make sure you give us 5-star. It helps us to help you to bring great guests like this lovely one right over here. And the moment we've been waiting for, the last choice, is going to.
She still doesn't have it.
I'm gonna have to go with Cowboy Bebop on this one.
I'm alright with that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Took it home.
Nice.
I'm like thinking in my brain, I'm like, why didn't she say Cowboy Bebop?
Well, because I was trying to think of there's
Outlaw Star.
one. Yes, Outlaw Star. That's the one I was thinking of. I'm like, it's like Cowboy Bebop. There's a guy with the red hair and the cat chick, and I'm just like, oh, I can't think of it, but it was one of my
Love Aisha Clan.
Aisha Clan, my girl. Oh, she's so crazy.
I was surprised you didn't say like Gate or Made in the Abyss.
Oh man, Gate was really good. Gate was like so good, but I think I would make it like number 6. Made in the Abyss was also really good, but it needs to be finished before I'm satisfied.
Season 2, man, we're gonna get that soon.
Yeah.
To the animators, finish it.
All right, guys. So with this being said, this is the Shinobi Unfolding. Thank you again for joining us. We will see you next week. Peace.
Deuces.
Oh wait, time out.
Oh,
we forgot the quote of
effect.
Yes, quote of the night.
Wait, before you do the quote of the night, we're forgetting something.
Huh?
We're forgetting something, bro.
Huh? What is it?
Just to give a shout out to, and I'm forgetting too because I'm terrible with names, but the guy that was kind enough to make the intro song.
Oh, Rat Castle, baby.
Yes.
Oh yeah, Rat Castle.
I love it.
Yes,
I love it.
If you like the new intro and outro, we got to give a shout out to Rat Castle. His new album is out. Give it a try on iTunes, SoundCloud, as well as I forgot Google Music. So, type in Rat Castle, give him that 5-star, and thank you again for that banging track. Thank you, Professor. But I forgot the quote of the night. So who got it for me, real quick? Yes, Senpai.
It's short and sweet. It's short and sweet too, man.
Oh God, are you gonna flex it?
No, it's not. Okay. No, I'm not gonna flex because we already did that one time, man. But it's literally short and sweet, and it was from Trigun, with Wolfwood and Vash the Stampede. When Wolfwood asks him, "Who are you really?" and the quote is, "Between us friends, names are irrelevant."
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know it sounds weird because I think when you're with friends, man. You don't need to use names, man. You're among friends. You don't need to say names. It's fine.
And she is one of us, and us with you. This is a Shinobi Unfolding. Peace for real.
Deuces.
When I look back to my humble beginning in anime, I gotta think of Toonami. Toonami is the one that got me into watching and exploring anime as what it is. And of course, DBZ, Sailor Moon, Card Capture, Yu-Gi-Oh, Digimon, Pokemon First Generation. Those were the show that made me wonder, why are these artwork, this design, way different than we see on Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon. And so my first pick was definitely Dragon Ball and DR. That was the show that got me going, and I really appreciate for what Goku was and not who he is.